Hi, my name is Mark.
And I'm Craig.
And we are C and M.
Entertainment.
And that's Joey.
Featuring Jovi.
Always.
Always. And today,
we will be discussing Final Fantasy VII, but not this one.
Remake. Oh, yes.
So this is something you really wanted to talk about.
It was something I wanted to talk about. Because, I don't know about you, but this game right here is my favorite game of all time.
All time.
Of all time.
Every day.
Every day. I just dream about it, you know.
Just big swords, anime hair.
Penetrating.
That's a buster right there.
That was a good pun. You're punny.
Woo!
You played this game, right? You played this one?
Yes. I've
How many times have you played it?
Once.
Just once?
I never beat out my own.
I've beaten it a couple times.
Well, yeah, not many people have PlayStation games like that.
Why not? I think a lot of people still play it.
I mean, it is kind of it. See, that's how old it is. Is that it doesn't snap.
Yeah, it's almost 20 years old.
But besides that, we are talking about the announced remake, not remaster, not restyled.
It might be restyled.
Yeah, restyled. But, not the same game, essentially.
Essentially.
But we are talking about
The remake. Are you looking forward to the remake?
I don't know.
Were you excited when they announced it?
Not really.
Why not?
I wasn't like, oh, yes, finally. Oh, my God, praise Jesus.
I was. I said, thank you, Jesus.
I
didn't actually say that, but...
Yeah, I was just kind of like, that's cool.
It's cool.
You know, like, it's going to have new graphics and stuff.
Graphics.
It looks something different.
Do you think that they should go with the traditional turn-based combat, or do you think it should be more action-based?
I think now, especially with, the past Final Fantasy games they've been making and everything, I feel like now is where they can take this one that everyone knows the characters and, especially modern games now, no one's doing that sort of turn-based unless you're playing Pokemon. But even Pokemon's kind of like, not trying to be exactly turn-based.
Well, that's not true. There was games last generation that were turn-based.
And how many people play those?
You played Lost Odyssey, right? Did you play that?
A little bit.
A little bit. I didn't play it. I think I remember seeing you play it once, though.
It was an alright game. I didn't really get into it.
No.
Yeah, there's that. There was The Last Remnant or something.
Last Remnant. I believe that was turn-based, too.
Yeah. I mean, there was a few games for 360 and everything, and PS3. But even Final Fantasy itself, just, I don't know, they couldn't really get away from turn-based like with 13. But
I didn't care for that.
it was too long.
For me, 13, I didn't like that you could only control one person.
No.
I didn't like that
It was just kind of weird.
battles typically took the amount of time that it would take to fight a boss. Like, you would go down like a small corridor and there'd be just a line of guys, and that would take like an hour to get through.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, this is just too...
It's kind of a pain.
Kind of a pain.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
It's not the Phantom pain, but it was a pain.
It was just like that phantom limb just slapping you in the face the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, oh hey, by the way, there's another one. And another.
You're not going to be able to progress. You're just going to have to fight over and over and over again. And I'm okay with grinding, but when it's time to advance through the story, for me, it's time to advance through the story.
I mean, I guess that was sort of like a turnoff of a lot of different RPGs for me, where I don't want to sit there and have to grind the entire time before I will progress.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, yeah, I did it in Pokemon, but then I'm not sitting there going back and playing Pokemon ever again. Just like, alright, I do that once, that was cool. Grinding, I hate it. That's why they made it a little easier.
And the new Pokemons?
Yeah, they give you more like a XP share where you don't have to keep switching out sort of Pokemon to the front of the party and all that to get them experience. Now everyone gets experience. I mean, with like turn-based Final Fantasy games and all that, it's a little harder because it's just, you know, you have to keep going and doing it, and you know, especially a lot of them where you like only these certain party members, and all of a sudden, if you're not able to use those ones, now you're getting stuck with the garbage team.
Yeah.
And garbage team will just go in there and die.
Which does happen, and in this one, there's a point where you do play with two separate parties.
Oh, yeah.
So that I understand, because you could get stuck, and then you, like, in a game Xenogears, I was stuck in a room, and then I had to go out of the room and fight a boss, and my guys, I couldn't advance my guys because they were just too weak, and then I just couldn't play anymore.
I think that's some of the hard parts of, you know, the turn-based sort of games. I mean, I feel like if they do go in a direction of action, they would still have to keep elements of, yeah.
That's what I'm hoping to. I'm okay with them giving it more modern day approach with action, but overall, I would like to see a style of turn-based where I can still control my three party members.
Yeah. Where you can still switch between them and everything, but I don't know, like, you played Final Fantasy Type 0.
I've played a little bit of it.
Whatever it is. I know the action in that was sort of more of a actiony style,
Yes.
than traditional Final Fantasy.
It is, but overall, I don't really care for that game. It's very weird because I feel like, I don't know if he's necessarily the main character. It seems like nobody's really the main character. But the guy that you first start out with, his weapon is cards. So it's very weird. Like you throw cards. Like he's Gambit or something.
Gambit.
He's
chucking
cards. And it's just a very odd weapon to use.
Especially in Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
They like to mix up certain characters. Like, alright, this guy has a gun blade. It shoots the blade. Or
That's cool.
Like that. Yeah, that was cool.
That's cool.
And then, you know,
cards.
7, Cloud has a huge sword, abnormally huge for his body.
Yeah. But he's a soldier, so, you know, he can wield it.
Lightning had
it was like
sword.
a hybrid of a sword and a gun.
Yeah. With a gun blade.
It was like a gun blade, yeah.
But then this guy gets cards.
Yeah.
You know, just going down the line of household items.
It'll definitely be interesting to see what they do with the tranny scene.
Tranny scene.
The tranny scene.
Cloud.
Or
The tranny.
when Cloud is stuck in a room with a bunch of guys. That'd be interesting to see. I'm very intrigued to find out how they handle this.
Do you ever think Cloud might have actually liked it?
I hope not.
Closet.
He might be. Cloud's in the closet. I don't think so. He has a crush on Aerith and Tifa.
His mind was in the clouds.
Touche. They're in the clouds.
See, I guess it really... You've played the demo for Final Fantasy 15.
I have.
And I'm guessing that fighting is sort of like the Type 0 fighting.
Yeah, it's a bit more. I liked it. But I only want to see that in 15. I think it was good for what 15 is going to be. But I don't want to see that style in another Final Fantasy game. Especially a remake for Final Fantasy 7. I want to see... No, because you're only controlling... You can switch between the guys. But, again, I want to be able to control all three characters basically at the same time.
Yeah.
I think what they could do is they give you the prompt to choose what they do for that, and then have the animation go, maybe. And I'd also like to see, like in 10, how you control the summons, instead of it just being, they do their thing, the animation and then they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like obviously they're not going to essentially lose anybody if they go with the traditional sort of turn-based Final Fantasy. They're not going to lose people that really wanted the game.
Right.
But I feel like for them, they want to try to gain people, such as why they would go for a full-on remake of the game, where I feel like they're going to switch up the whole fighting and everything.
I'm sure they will.
I don't see you just running out and all of a sudden, switching into the battle scene. I feel like it'll probably just be like, you're running out, take them down sort of situation. But, you can't really tell now because they're trying to fully redo a game that was already such a big game.
Yeah.
So, and do you feel like the remake is going to actually be them remaking the whole thing where they're going to redo the story with it, all the sort of points in the game, or they're going to make it sort of a remake to continue the story?
I think I believe they already said that they're going to keep the Cloud dressing up as a girl, so I'm pretty sure that it will be the whole story. They're not going to take anything out, I don't think. Okay. I hope they don't. But I'm okay with them adding some things. The dialogue obviously needs work because the translation was off.
I think they're going to definitely go for a full voiceover.
Definitely.
With it.
Because I believe, like, one of the things they said is, these guys is sick. I'm pretty sure that's one of the things that they say, and it's just, that doesn't really make sense.
These guys is sick.
Yeah.
Stay away.
Stay away. But I want to see everything that was in this and there. And then, I think they should save really drastic changes for 7-2. Because I'm sure if this sells well, they will go that route and make a 7-2.
Yeah.
I think that's inevitable.
It's also coming out for the Xbox One, right? Did they say that they would do it for both?
It's coming out first on PlayStation 4. It hasn't been said that's going to come out on Xbox One, but it probably will.
Which, that would help them gain more people to play it and sell more copies, essentially.
Obviously.
So, yeah, it could set them up for, a second sequel, or, maybe they're just going to throw this one out there. Be like, alright, we did what you guys wanted, and then boot out the door, like, okay, we're going to go make Final Fantasy fucking 25.
Which they will. About 20 years. We'll be there.
The fantasy isn't final.
It's not final.
It'll never be final.
My Final Fantasy is a great Final Fantasy VII remake.
Final Fantasy VII Remake. MMO.
MMO?
Everyone plays as a different character. Throughout the entire...
But there's
Final
only like...
Fantasy VII. Someone's playing as...
Like, I'm Cloud, you're Tifa.
All of a sudden...
Actually, you'd be
You're
Barrett.
going to be in the training scene, and then somebody's playing as one of the guys. That's just... MMO. Everyone's going to talk.
Yeah. Take off your dress, crap.
Do it.
Do it.
Do your...
Just do it!
Do it!
Do it. Take shit.
Poop it out. Alright.
So, out of 5, what do you give this game?
Final Fantasy VII.
The original.
You might just hate me. I would probably have to give it, like, about 3.5.
3.5.
I wasn't a fan of turn-based.
Okay, fair enough. I give it a 5 out of 5.
See? That's just different opinions.
Different opinions. Happens.
So, me, 3 out of 5.
Me, 5 out of 5. So that would put it at an average between us, I believe, maybe like a 4?
Yeah. About 4.5.
So Jovi gives it a 5, so that boosts it up to 4.5.
That just blasts it right up. All right.
Yeah.
It's like a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. So if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give us a big thumbs up. Very nice. Star Wars.